much flour do I need?
You need enough flour.
Enough,
She says. You need enough. And when you know it's enough is when you pack the flour down into the bowl and it's at least a half or 3/4 of an inch thick on the sides of the bowl. You gotta go up the sides of the bowl and pack it down nice and tight. We're making a well. And in the center is where we're going to put the buttermilk and the melted bacon grease. And we'll get to that spinning part in just a minute. So, like so. Okay. Really use the back of your fingers to really pack that flour into the bowl. And as you push it on the sides of the bowl, it's going to expand up the top, and that's what you want. You'll want to fill this one to, maybe you can kind of feel how tightly it's packed.
How'd you do that so fast? Magic. Okay, yours is like a wall. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's in.
I got a bowl and a bowl.
And then when we're done, we're not throwing this flour away. We're going to put it back in the bag. And it's
When you said putting the flour back in, Tammy almost died.
not because she's afraid of it, but because she threw away the bag.
I was like, that's it.
That's
Tammy,
okay,
you're fine.
because my grandmother used to keep her flour in this really big Tupperware. I don't even know if they make them that size anymore, but it was the size of a small trash can. Because she would not buy flour in these tiny little bags. She would buy,
20-pound
a
bag.
huge bag of flour.
Like she's a bigger. Well,
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, she had 9 children, and they were farmers, and
didn't go
so
out
they
to
did actual hard labor, and they ate a lot of biscuits. This is the elixir of life, also known as bacon grease. We're going to put the buttermilk in.
Did you shake
And
it up or
I did.
anything?
Mhm.
Okay, shake your buttermilk.
Good and shaken.
Okay.
That is a good reminder. We already did that, but it was off
Okay.
camera. So we're gonna put about a cup, but I don't really measure it. It depends on how many biscuits I'm trying to make. So, so in with the buttermilk, and that's about enough.
Okay.
Want me to do yours? Or you want to do it?
Mm-mm.
Buttermilk. And I did forget we were making 3 batches here, so. All right, there's your buttermilk.
Biscuits for yours.
This is self-rising flour, by the way. I think I mentioned that earlier. And then
You've got that, if you want to use that, or if you're going to pour
I'm
it.
just gonna pour it.
Okay.
And it's gonna be about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup. And it's warm, right? So bacon grease, it's soft at room temp and hard in the fridge. So I've warmed it. So when you put it in, you need to go ahead and start doing the slurry so that it'll make tiny little beads of bacon grease, which will be evenly distributed in the biscuits. So I'll demonstrate.
Bacon grease beads.
Okay, so, and we're gonna just mix into the cold buttermilk. This buttermilk is cold.
But are we scraping the sides?
No, I'm not, but see how the flour pulls away, or the buttermilk pulls away from the flour? And that's what we want. We want to just gently pull it back into the middle as we get this flour. We're going to slowly incorporate more and more flour into the buttermilk and bacon grease. And that's how we're going to make biscuits. So give you some bacon grease, bacon grease, and then just get that mixed. If you want to go a little quicker, you can just pull some down from the sides.
Okay, mine's,
Okay?
my walls are breaking.
Okay, just give that a moment. Let it rest a minute. You are where we need to be.
Okay.
So at this point, you could probably go ahead and clean off your hands and dry them real good, because then you're going to put on flour and you're going to do the flip. So get your handful of flour. Yes, there's flour in your bowl, but if you wrap your sides, then it just makes your life harder. So flour up your hands. But we're going to try to kind of lift the dough without getting deep into it where it's real sticky. Just try to touch the edges, and we're just going to fold this dough over onto itself while I'm twisting the bowl. And this is going to help it incorporate a little bit more flour so that it's less sticky. But I'm also, you know, trying to, it's still building up on my fingers a little bit, but that's okay. So we're going to do this. I don't know, I think you'd call this kneading because it's not a yeast dough, but we're just getting it to where we can pull it off and shape it with just enough flour. You don't want to work too much flour into it because then they'll be all dry and gross like a Chick-fil-A biscuit.
Amen. Uh-oh.
So,
Not good at this very much right now.
it's okay. Tammy, give yours a little, give him a little, thank you. There you go. Get it all the way over. Get them all the way over on itself. So when I pinch it off, that part that was in the middle of the dough is sticky. So I'm gonna just tap it, or usually I just throw it down, into the flour on the side of the bowl or just somewhere near there. And then I'm gonna just kind of do that to get the excess flour off. And then I like to pull it together like that, because that gives me a nice smooth side on this side. And there's my side with the seams that I've pinched together. And then I'm just gonna flop it down flat side on the bacon grease, and then I'm gonna flip it. Just like that.
Oh yeah, see mine?
Tammy doing the Lord's work over
I
here,
know.
putting all that flour up.